Alexandre,
Yes.
with the Summer Olympics 2016 behind Brazil, what are the next steps for Brazil and its expectations for the future?
Okay. Now the Brazilian Tourist Board, Embratur, is working with competitive intelligence. So when we promote our products in markets like here in Germany, we are focused on the motivation that most the Germans most feel it, like ecotourism. And all its diversity, the Brazil's diversity. So new products we are launching on the markets. For example, here we are focused on national parks.
Oh, well, let's continue a little bit about the national parks. Where? I mean, are they throughout Brazil, or?
Yes, they are around Brazil. And for example, we have Lençóis Maranhenses that seems like a desert with natural swimming pools. We have the...
Where is that near? Which major city?
Northeast of the country, and more in the northeast. Exactly the place where the wind that comes from the ocean enter, and it makes like a blanket, a white blanket desert.
Where would I fly into to?
You can go, almost all the flights go to Sao Paulo, and then Sao Paulo, São Luís, and then you can reach close to them, the Lençóis Maranhenses.
Okay, that's one of them.
Yep.
Another example of a park.
Iguaçu Falls, one of the most beautiful falls in the world, I may say, and the National Forest of Tijuca in Rio de Janeiro as well.
Yeah, okay, well, I'll be in Iguaçu next week.
Oh, fantastic. Hope you enjoy it.
Well, one of the wonders of the world. I'm sure I will. Outside of the major cities that everybody knows about, Rio in particular, and Sao Paulo, which regions and cities will Embratur focus for Brazil?
The central of Brazil, with our capital city, Brasilia, rich by its architecture. Besides the city, you can find Chapada dos Veadeiros, with the Moon Valley, for example, that seems something out of this planet. So we are promoting the central area, the Amazon forest as well, and all the projects in our coast.
As I hear you speak, you just jumped from, a mass of land as big as the United States,
exactly,
from one area to the other coast, equivalent of the United States.
Yes.
So, Amazon, of course, everybody knows about it. And where would you be? That's a gigantic amount of Amazon. Where would you be focusing? Which part of Amazon will you be focusing on?
Yeah, we are always based in big cities, firstly, because almost all the flights goes to Manaus, and then from Manaus you can reach some sustainable properties, for example, close to Manaus. So you will have some regional flights, and then you can reach, and as well as some festivals like Festival de Parintins. It looks like a carnival, but it is in the middle of the forest, and it happens in the middle of the year in Brazil.
Let's take me for example. I'm not a big nature Amazon type of tourist.
Okay.
I love culture, food. The kind of entertainment that is indigenous to a local area. The religion's interesting, And what do you suggest for somebody like me?
Okay, culture is our second main segment. Culture you can experience from north to south. And exactly as you said, from north to southeast, it looks like Los Angeles to New York, just to see the dimension of the country. So I would say about biomes in Brazil, we have 5 different biomes. And talking about gastronomy, in the Amazon, for example, you can experience some fresh fishes and fruits flavors of the Amazon. In the center of the country, you have the Cerrado, which means it looks like the Brazilian savanna, and everything is related to them. And in the southeast and the south as well, you have different kind of vegetation and culture in almost all the country. They are quite unique. So you have the most traditional carnival in Brazil, and you have feijoada as well. But we, as the tourism board, we want to emphasize in other things that you can experience in Brazil, like other festivals, regional festivals in the country.
It's fairly recent that I learned about the migration of Jews from Europe to the Americas was vis-a-vis Brazil. And Sao Paulo has more Japanese heritage people, second most to Japan.
Exactly.
And of course, you have the African that came. So if I want to understand and trace those 3,
Yeah.
tell me how, where?
You can go first. The African culture influence is very strong in Salvador de Bahia. So all the colors, all the gastronomy, all the sounds of the city remembers of Africa. For Japanese community, you can visit Sao Paulo, which has the biggest community of Japanese people outside Japan. For Jewish people as well, Sao Paulo, the south of the country, you can find some European culture and Jewish as well. So all this mix of cultures in just one country, we do believe that in Brazil, the world meets in Brazil, and in Brazil they stay, and diversity is one of our main words to promote the country.
And I understand that the more south you go,
Yes,
the more European
yes,
are in the blood of in the heritage of the people.
exactly.
So it's something that is interesting around the world, and I see it's throughout Brazil, are these free walking tour guide operators.
Oh yeah,
And they seem to offer something different than a typical motor coach half-day sightseeing tour.
oh yes.
To what extent have these people extended a experience to tourists and a view about these different cities than your typical sightseeing tours?
I see. What we do in is promoting Brazilian cities like walkable cities, livable cities. In Rio de Janeiro, for example, besides the tourist zones, you can do something in the, you can do a trekking by the Trilha Trans Carioca, which is a new product. It is 180 kilometers, but you can do it in parts. So you can meet the nature and all the infrastructure of Rio, but besides the zone, the tourist zone, and other cities like Brasilia as well. You can walk through the wings, that is north wing and south wing. That's how our architecture was made up. And Curitiba as well is one of the best examples of sustainable city. So public transportation and also in the parks within the city, you can really enjoy your walking.
And what's the website address for Embratur, Tourism Office of Brazil, please?
www.visitbrazil.com.
Alexandre, thank you so much.
I thank you so much. Obrigado.